Coming up at 4:30, wildfires are raging through Texas and into Oklahoma. How first responders are trying to contain the blaze. A famous artist and rapper are releasing a short film ad. What the advertisement is announcing. And 5 UCO hockey players have been recognized for their game. Mark Lowe will have more details in sports. Finally, the Fusion Conference just finished, and we have a full look of the event. All this and more happening right now on UCentral News.
Live from Central Oklahoma, this is UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Perla Tovar.
And I'm Emma Birch. Welcome to this edition of UCentral News.
The Texas wildfire is still raging on, and a huge blaze in Amarillo has burned through 850,000 acres and is now the second biggest fire in state history. The wildfires are threatening towns, forcing evacuations and cutting off power to thousands of homes and businesses. We're bringing you exclusive drone footage capturing the extent of the damage caused by the fire. Unfortunately, challenging conditions and high winds are hindering firefighting efforts. Smoke has been so strong that it's been spreading into Oklahoma, making it difficult for crews to contain the flames. Governor Greg Abbott has declared a state of disaster across 60 counties. He advises Texans to minimize activities that could cause sparks and prioritize safety measures for families and loved ones.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell will step down as Chamber's Republican leader in November, although he will continue to serve in the Senate. McConnell turned 82 last week. The Kentucky Republican is the longest-serving party leader in the Senate from either party. McConnell announced his decision on the Senate floor Wednesday. He said he has total clarity and peace about stepping down and believes he's helped preserve the ideals he believes in. He added his decision comes following the tragic death of his wife Elaine Child's youngest sister Angela in a traffic accident this month.
And Washington is in shutdown mode again. Congress faces the first of 2 government funding deadlines in just 2 days on Friday, March 1st. The 2 deadlines can make things confusing for households about what government programs might be impacted. Karen Kuffa is in Washington. Let's check it out.
Congressional leaders racing the clock again.
I think it's pretty safe to say we all agree we need to avoid a government shutdown.
We made it so clear that we can't have the shutdown because it hurts so many people in so many different ways, even for a short period of time.
And households wondering how to prepare. In January, lawmakers passed another short-term government funding deal with 2 new deadlines on March 1st and March 8th. Without a deal, departments impacted by this week's deadline include transportation, housing and urban development, veterans affairs, agriculture, and energy. Operations critical to public safety would continue during a shutdown, so employees like USDA food inspectors and TSA workers and air traffic controllers would stay on the job, but without pay. The Department of Agriculture says recipients of SNAP food stamp benefits and pregnant women and new moms enrolled in the WIC program would receive March payments. VA policy says veteran health care would not be affected and benefits like housing and pensions would continue. But services like career counseling and the transition assistance program for service members moving into civilian life would not be available. Meanwhile, next week's deadline includes the IRS, potentially scaling back the number of IRS employees on the job as tax filing season approaches its peak. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaffa.
And if you're on campus, be sure to have a jacket with you because it is very cold and windy out there.
I was just saying it was 80-something degrees yesterday, and now we're in the 40s. I can't do this anymore. Destiny, let's have a first look at our weather.
Yes, guys, it is very cold. We had been seeing a lot of 80s and 70s earlier this week, but now we had a cold front come in last night, so the temperatures are down almost 40 degrees from yesterday. Currently outside, it is about 42 degrees out. Though it is like cold and chilly, the wind is blowing about north, about 12 miles per hour, so also much lighter winds than what we were seeing yesterday. A lot of those winds were really high, with super high gusts that were causing fires. The sun is out today, though, but like I said, it is still very chilly. Humidity rate is about 32%, and because of those winds, it does feel like it's about 35 degrees, so it feels like it's almost freezing outside, and it's going to get even colder later on tonight. So moving into tonight, the temperatures are going to drop down to about 33 degrees, and it is going to be partly cloudy. We'll have some clouds come in because we are going to be expecting some rain later on tomorrow, and then the winds are going to die down, so we're not going to have those high winds or high gusts like we have been seeing, and they'll be blowing south at about 5 to 7 miles per hour, so not too strong, just some light winds. Humidity rate is also dropping to about 28%, so that's going down as well. And like I said, no chance of rain for tonight, but we will be seeing some rain later on. That cold front is going to stick with us for a few days, but it's going to warm back up, and I'll have that and much more later on for you in the show with my full look at weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Destiny. Well, the Mass Communication Fusion Conference was today. Students within the department gathered in the First Amendment Center. Mass communication students had the opportunity to hear from industry professionals and follow up with questions regarding their professions.
The UCO Student Socialist League is hosting a student walkout this Friday, March 1st for the Justice for Next movement. Those participating will meet at the Liberal Arts South entrance at 11 a.m., then march to Old North. There will also be opportunities for individuals to share their voices and perspectives.
Students have another opportunity to earn some extra cash on campus. Reporter Sam Klosowski has all the details.
Recognizing the many diverse backgrounds of students on campus, the Buck and Chose campaign for the Culture's Global Lifestyle magazine is bringing financial opportunities for students on campus.
It's really important that we continue having events, continue pushing initiatives to unite these diverse groups together, not just in their own communities, but to have impactful connections together to uplift UCO as a whole.
Cultures is looking for brand ambassador relationships with students on campus, where you can earn 10% revenue shares from all purchases through your affiliate code and receive a monthly subscription box with products from all over the world. When you go to the Cultures on Campus Instagram, click on the link tree in their bio, then click on the Culture Mag Ambassador program, and finally you will be redirected to the affiliate application page. Additionally, UCO student organizations have a chance of being spotlighted in the Culture's website, print magazine, or podcast if you send them a DM on Instagram. From Edmond, Oklahoma, Sam Kozlowski, UCentral News.
Thanks, Sam. Well, those kids in the video, they looked warm, so maybe they forgot it was going to be cold today. I definitely had my coat on this morning.
Yeah, no, for sure. Destiny Pittman coming up, we'll have our first look at weather.
Miss you guys.
Blue skies smiling at me, talking about blue skies. Do I see bluebirds singing a song, talking about blue skies from now on?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Are you really sure this is all going to fit?
Oh, it'll fit. I got that.
All right.
When hauling anything, ensure it's secure. Losing your load is dangerous for all drivers. We want everyone to make it home safe. Help make Oklahoma safe by securing your load.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here to give you your full look at weather. We're going to start with the statewide temperatures for tonight. So as we see, that cold front did come in last night, and so the temperatures are going to be very cool. We have across the state, we see a lot of high 20s and low 30s. So much cooler than what we have been seeing in these evenings. Up the Panhandle, it's 29 degrees below freezing. As we see the northern part of the state, there's a lot of 29s, 28s, and then more central state, it's 30, like low 30s, so 33 degrees. Oklahoma City, 33 degrees Lawton and Altus, and then 34 in Ardmore. So it is going to be a nice cold night tonight. So you might want to have a jacket or even like a coat if you're going to be out tonight, because those temperatures are going to be almost freezing, and even some parts of the state below freezing. But as we move on tomorrow, we see that it's warming up, but just a little warmer than what it was today. We see a lot of 50s and 40s. So again, that spring-like weather that we had been seeing, those higher temperatures for this part of the year are going to be gone for a little bit. Up in Guyman, we see it's going to be about 53 degrees tomorrow, so one of the warmer parts of the state. We see Oklahoma City, it's going to be about 48 degrees, so it's going to be a few degrees warmer than what it was today, but still nothing like that weather we have been seeing. But as we move on to our 7-day forecast, we can see those warm temperatures might be gone for a few days, but they will come back eventually. Right now, it feels like it's about 35 degrees outside, but it is sunny, a low for 33 degrees tonight. As we move on to tomorrow, we do have those chances of rain coming in with those clouds we're going to start seeing tonight. It's going to be about a 20% chance, so a pretty low chance for that rain. And tomorrow, the high is going to be about 49 degrees, so still cooler. And then 37 for the low tomorrow. On Friday, we can see those temperatures are going to be coming back up. We see we're getting into the high 60s starting onto the weekend. So the weekend is looking pretty warm ahead. Sunny on Friday, 67 for the high, 51 for the low. But as we move on to Saturday and Sunday, we see we're getting even warmer, back up into those 80s like we were seeing Monday and Tuesday. 80 for Saturday, 57 for the low. And then on Sunday, one of the warmest parts of this upcoming week, 82 for our high and 50 for our low. And then on Monday, those warm temperatures are still going to be here, but we are going to see a little bit of a drop. It's going to be sunny again as well. Most of this week is sunny. As we can see, 70 for our high, 41 for our low. And then as we see on Tuesday, it's going to be cool again, 66 degrees. The weather seems like it's jumping from warm to cool, and that's going to happen a little more until we get closer to spring. I know that I am a little sad that it's getting kind of cold. How are you guys feeling about this cooler weather we've started to see come back in, guys?
You know, at first I really wanted that weather like this year, but no, I want my 80s back already. I'm looking forward to the next few days to get those temperatures climbing back up.
Yeah, it's making me nervous for spring break. I really want it to be really hot and warm for spring break, so hopefully we see a change.
Yes, and not rainy or anything like that. We just want nice sunshine. Thank you, Destiny. Coming up next, find out which star was arrested for taking a stand.
And Rihanna is taking us back to the 20s. Shanice Hopkins has the details after the break.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the Mass Comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
And here's what's trending today.
Richard Lewis, the stand-up comedian who also starred alongside Larry David in Curb Your Enthusiasm, has died after a heart attack, according to his publicist Jeff Abraham. Lewis announced last April he had been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and was retiring from stand-up comedy. He most recently appeared in season 12 of Curb Your Enthusiasm, currently airing on HBO. HBO said in a statement, "We are heartbroken to learn that Richard Lewis has passed away. His comedic brilliance, wit, and talent were unmatched. Our heartfelt condolences go out to his family, friends, and all the fans who could count on Richard to brighten their days with laughter." And this week, Euphoria star Hunter Schafer, among dozens of other protesters, were arrested this week at NBC's headquarters during the president's appearance on the Late Night Show with Seth Meyers. Schafer was in a group of more than 100 demonstrators on Monday afternoon to call for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. Schafer and other protesters wore black shirts reading "Ceasefire now" and "Not in our name," while chanting "Let Gaza live" as Biden's motorcade pulled in. Schafer was photographed being escorted by NYPD officers as her hands appeared to be restrained behind her back. And Kanye West is once again in the hot seat as the estate of Donna Summer sued Ye and Ty Dolla $ign on Tuesday for the illegal use of her song "I Feel Love" in their collaboration "Good, Don't Die." The copyright infringement lawsuit was filed in federal court in LA by Summer's husband Bruce Sedano in his capacity as a singer-songwriter who died in 2012. The suit alleges that when representatives of Kanye West asked for permission, they were rejected because the Summer estate wanted no association with West's controversial history. Good Don't Die was released February 10th on Ye and Ty Dolla $ign's collaborative album About Vultures 1. Both artists as well as the label are being sued. And in lighter news, the iconic duo Rihanna and her partner A$AP Rocky are taking us back in time in their new Fenty short film, titled Born to Steal, Yours, Mine's Ours, released this afternoon. Here's a quick snippet.
She was a classy dame, but she had odd ways of showing her affection. Not so fast, baby. This one's mine. Gotcha!
As you saw, the couple shared major Roaring Twenties vibes in their 2-minute film while rocking the new Fenty lip balm. The film, as cute as it was, still has fans asking Rihanna, "Where's the album?" Recently, Rocky gave fans an update on the status of her album. When responding, he said, "She's working on it." Let's hope the couple are not playing with us this time. And that's all I have for you guys today. Perla, Emma, I love Rihanna and I love Fenty, but I need this album. Are you guys fans of Rihanna?
I've been a fan since I can remember, and I've been waiting for this album too, especially since it's going to be country. I'm kind of ready to see how that's going to go.
Yeah, and I'm so excited to try her lip balm as well. That sounds so nice. But coming up in sports, one of UCO's track and field members is headed to the national tournament next month.
Also, the NFL season may be over, but there's some more starting tomorrow. Mark Lowe has today's sports report with us. Stay with us. Goodness gracious.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Track and field recently had their MIAA championship matchup this last week, and one member of that team is headed to nationals. Freshman Treasure Valerie is headed to Pittsburgh, Kansas next month to compete in championships. Valerie rookie season, setting the school record in both the 200 and 400 events. Best of luck to Treasure Valerie.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Sorry about those technical difficulties, folks, but we are back. Track and field also recently had their MIAA championship matchup this last weekend, and one member of that team is headed to nationals. Freshman Treasure Valerie is headed to Pittsburgh, Kansas next month to compete in the NCAA National Championships. Valerie had a phenomenal rookie season, setting the school record in both the 200 and 400 meter races. She has a chance to earn All-American honors as well as a national title in both events. Best of luck to Treasure Valerie as she represents the Broncos. Now over to the ice, the Broncos are set to compete soon for another national title, but before they hit the road, they receive some honors. 5 Broncos have been dubbed with awards. Cameron Williams and Cash Reagan were named to the WCHL All-Rookie Team, and Doug Wakeland, David Burton, and Sam Sykes were named to the WCHL All-League First Team. Sykes was also named MVP of the WCHL. The Broncos have claimed the Western Conference title and the 3rd overall seed, which secures them a first-round bye in the upcoming playoffs. They will be back in action March 8th after the first round of the playoffs. Now to the Diamonds. Softball was on the road to Bethany yesterday for a doubleheader against Southern Nazarene, and it didn't go the way the Broncos planned. The Broncos started the first game of the day off getting 4 runs early on in the first. The Lady Chos had a meltdown in the second, though, giving up an astounding 7 runs in the second. The Broncos managed to put up another one in the third, and it was scoreless through the rest, and the Broncos dropped the 5-7 decision. In the second game, however, the Lady Chos found their rhythm once again. The Lady Chos and Crimson Storm exchanged runs in the first and second, with the Broncos one-upping SNU by getting 8 runs in the third. SNU had a bit of a rally in the fifth, getting 5 runs there, but the Broncos were able to keep up ahead with 4 runs in the seventh to ice this one 14-7. The split brings the Lady Chos record to 8-6 on the season as they head north to Springfield, Missouri to take part in the Drury Classic. They're set to play 4 non-conference games before coming back home to open up conference play. They open the Classic against Minnesota Crookston on Friday early on at 9:30 a.m. in Springfield. Headed over to the other dugout, baseball was at home for a one-game matchup against Southwest Oklahoma State, and this team continues to be a fun one to watch. The Broncos are coming off a top 10 win against conference rival and third-ranked Central Missouri and look to get a streak started. It was a slow start offensively for the Broncos as they trailed Swansea through 4 innings, and as smoke started to come into the Edmond area, the Broncos found fire and put up 3 in the fourth to take it to a 1-run lead. It stayed that way till the 8th when Swansea tied it, but that tie was not meant to be, and the Broncos got one more across home plate to take this win 4-3 and make it 2 in a row. The Broncos have their next conference matchup this weekend when the Missouri Western Griffins come to town. This series is set to start on Friday with first pitch at 5 p.m. over at the Wendell Simmons Field. Now, football season may be over, but next season is just getting started. The annual NFL Combine is set to start tomorrow afternoon in Indianapolis. The Combine is the biggest scouting event of the year for NFL, where college's top prospects show their talents in front of scouts ahead of the draft in April. Over the next 4 days, all positions will be worked out, starting with defensive linemen and linebackers tomorrow at 2. On Friday, defensive backs and tight ends will take the field at 2, followed by quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs on Saturday at noon. Finally, the Combine will wrap up on Sunday when the offensive linemen hit the field at noon. You can keep up with all the events in the NFL app or streaming exclusively on the NFL Network. Finally tonight, the Thunder had a rematch against the Rockets last night, and the results didn't change. In a late time slot doubleheader feature, the Thunder were in Paycom for the 9 p.m. tip-off against Houston, where the Rockets had the early momentum going on into the game. However, that momentum was not meant to be for long, as the Rockets fell apart late in the first half and were outscored in the second quarter by 11. The third quarter saw the Thunder and the Rockets in a tight game once again, but it wasn't long before Shai Gilgeous-Alexander found his second half stride, scoring 9 in a 3-minute period to get to 31 points on the day and help the Thunder ground the Rockets 112-95. Shai's casual 30-plus point bomb was followed by Jalen Williams, who had a great night, putting up 24. The win makes 6 in a row for the Thunder, and their record moves to 41-17, a tie with the Minnesota Timberwolves for second best record in the NBA behind the Boston Celtics, and also continues the tie for first place in the West. They have a chance to make it a 7-game streak tomorrow when they head south down to I-35 to San Antonio to take on Wemby and the Spurs. Tip-off for this one is set for 7:30 tomorrow night in San Antonio. Emma, Perla, the Thunder are looking pretty good after the All-Star break. Think they can keep that going in a rematch between Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, Mark, last time we played against the Spurs, I believe we won by about 30 points.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that they're going to come back with another win. What do you think?
I actually just saw this on social media that their record this season is better than their record last season already, and we're not even done. So I'm pretty excited to see what's going to happen. Thank you, Mark. Well, coming up, Lego sold a new piece for a lot of money.
And Destiny Pittman will have our last look at weather whenever we come back.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. A rare 14-karat gold Lego mask was just sold for more than $18,000. Take a look at this. It's called a Bionicle Golden Kanoi Hu mask. It turned up at a Goodwill store in central Pennsylvania. A Goodwill spokesperson said it was in a bag of jewelry, and they had no idea what it was worth until people started asking if they could buy it for $1,000. They got up to a total of 48 bids. The winner snagged it for just over 18 grand. Goodwill said the money will help support its mission of helping people with life-changing challenges. That was a lot of money. I can't believe that. Let's toss over Destiny Pittman for our last look at weather.
Okay, guys, this is just going to be our daily forecast for the next few days, or for tomorrow. So it's going to start 33 degrees tomorrow. The sun will be out, but then in the noon, some clouds will come in with some rain. 48 degrees, and then in the evening, we're still going to have that 20% chance of rain. That's all for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Destiny. I'm really hoping that temperature gets back up a little bit. I like the winter, but I'm ready for spring.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, my name is Perla Tovar.
And I'm Emma Birch. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.